Ohio's Michael Pat is no stranger to the UFC, and he is a training partner of former middleweight champion Rich Franklin. But tonight, he'll get a chance to carve his own name in the Octagon history books as he pursues his 15th mixed martial arts victory.
Coming into this fight, I'm a relative unknown. If you look at my record, you'll notice that of my fights, 11 of them have been finished in the first round. I'm not known for letting people hang around very long, and I like finishing things quick.
A student in the art of Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do, Tim Boetsch made believers of any doubters in his UFC debut in February as he thrashed David Heath in a single round. But while first impressions are nice, consistency makes champions, and no one knows that better than the 27-year-old from Pennsylvania, who plans on notching his second UFC win against Michael Pat tonight.
I'm more than ready. I know what he's bringing to the fight, and I fully intend on finishing this fight early.
Coming up next, Michael Pat takes on Tim the Barbarian Boetsch. Extremely relaxed and confident is the young man Michael Pat, born in Chicago, now fighting out of Dayton, Ohio. He has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under George Gurgel. He trains at George Gurgel's academy pretty much on a daily basis, which means he has trained with Rich Franklin, which means he's trained with Dustin Hazlett, which means he's probably pretty dangerous.
Absolutely, that's a great camp to be out of. That young Dustin Hazlett is a phenom. And this guy is also a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under George Gurgel, which means quite a bit. He's also an excellent kickboxer, in fact, kickboxing instructor, Muay Thai instructor. First time in the UFC, we're gonna see he looks relaxed. We're gonna see how he responds to this intense pressure inside the octagon. 11 first-round victories, as you saw there, Joe. He's 15-2 in his mixed martial arts career, so when he wins, he does it quite quickly, and he thinks that he can do it here tonight. Two-time national amateur kickboxing champion as well. Trains Muay Thai in Cincinnati, and when I talked to George Gurgel about him, he said, you look at him, he seems really unassuming, but he is nasty. Technique makes up for a lot of looks.
Yeah. He goes after submissions. He explodes on his submission attempts. Has a degree in political science, pardon me, from Western Illinois. Got his master's in business from the University of Dayton. And tonight, he makes his long-awaited UFC debut. Michael Pat replacing James Lee. Set to face off against Tim Boetsch. Jeet Kune Do, Tim Boetsch, the Barbarian, came in and just on 10 days' notice woke everybody up in the UFC when he beat David Heath with vicious strikes. Then he fell to Matt Hamill, who also fights here tonight in Atlanta, Georgia. So this is a huge, huge fight for Tim Boetsch. And interestingly enough, he's fighting a training partner of Rich Franklin's, and so it'll be very interesting to see what happens with Boetsch returning into the octagon tonight.
I was very impressed with him in the David Heath fight. Not only did he show really unusually good striking for a guy who's only been training it for 7 months, but he showed incredible physical strength. The way he threw David Heath around and eventually threw him to the ground and pounded him out. Really impressive. David Heath is no slouch, he's a real tough guy, and Tim Boetsch handled him. And handled him, like you said, on short notice. Very powerful man. And what I like about him, Mike, he uses a very unorthodox striking style, uses a lot of front kicks. Straight kicks are the one thing that's been missing in MMA. Straight side kicks, turning side kicks, spinning back kicks, and front kicks. Those are the things that are missing if you look at like the kind of striking that we normally see in the octagon, the straight ones are what's missing, and Tim Boetsch utilizes them very well.
Born in Camden, Maine, he is trained with the Irish hand grenade, Marcus Davis. Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight matchup is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley Davidson. The newcomer Michael Pat, 6 years the elder of Tim Boetsch. Boetsch will have a 2-inch reach advantage. Once again with the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 15 wins with 2 losses. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, he weighed in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Dayton, Ohio, Michael Pat! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 7 wins with 2 losses. Standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, fighting out of Sunbury, Pennsylvania, Tim the Barbarian Bosch! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Herb Dean.
So Herb Dean is our referee. Tim Boach against the newcomer, Michael Pat.
You ready to fight? You ready? Let's do it.
Here we go. Phillips Arena. Black and white trunks for Tim Boach. Red and black trunks for Michael Pat.
Good leg kick by Pat.
Watch for that front kick as you talked about with Tim Boach. A lot of times that Teep's used as a defensive maneuver to set something else up. But he comes with it solidly, does Tim Boach.
Well, it's a different technique, Mike. The Teep is with the front leg. The front leg, and that's the Muay Thai technique, where they use it to kind of check a guy and keep a guy away. What Boach throws is a karate style or a taekwondo style front kick, which is with the back leg, the rear leg, and he throws his hip into it. Used it a lot on David Heath.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
We haven't seen it so far, but there he just lands a nice right hand.
I think he caught Heath off guard a few times, too. Because of the use of that as an offensive weapon, as you said, Joe, which isn't utilized a lot. Both men working for position here early.
Yeah, we haven't seen the full evolution of striking in MMA. There's better boxers out there, better kickers out there, and they just need how to learn to fight MMA, and we're going to see those different techniques.
Boach, good head movement, leads with the jab.
Good body kick by Boach. Michael Pat looks very relaxed, though. Very confident and composed in there for his first fight in the UFC.
Double jab,
kick.
good
I like how
leg
he
kick.
did that.
Set it up with the double jab. Changing levels is the man fighting out of Sunbury, Pennsylvania, Tim Boach. Didn't commit to that leg kick.
Oh, he's
Down
hurt.
goes
He's
Pat.
hurt very badly. His
Took
eyes
a
rolled
big
back in his
right
head.
hand. Tim Boach trying to finish.
Tim
It
Boach.
is all over. Tim, the Barbarian Boach. Huge right hand.
Very unhappy Michael Pat. Didn't think it should have been stopped, but, you know, Herb Dean's right there on top of it. He doesn't really pull the trigger quickly. If he thought Michael Pat was hurt. Let's take a look at it again. Tim Boach has some serious power. Here is the first right hand in the Bud Light replay. Bam!
Boom.
And you see his eyes roll back, Mike? You're right there. He's in big trouble right there. His brain is scrambled. And Boach on top of him over and over and over again. You know, of course, you know, Michael Pat's got that adrenaline flowing. He doesn't want the fight stopped, but it probably was within his best interest.
Fight replay all night brought to you by Bud Light. Michael Pat, unsuccessful in his UFC debut. Defeated for just the 3rd time in his career. And with the official decision, once again, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 3 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, Tim the Barbarian Boach.
Boach wins for the 2nd time. Here in the octagon, here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with Tim Boach. First of all, Tim, congratulations. Big right hand knockdown. You got to be very happy with the result.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I've been training real hard, trying to get that explosive finish just like that. We've been really looking forward to this.
Now, your first fight in the UFC, you revealed that you'd only been striking for, it was about like 7 months back then?
Yeah, it's come pretty natural. That's the part of the game I love the most. It's the most exciting. Whenever you can put somebody down like that, I'll do it.
Well, very impressive. Another impressive victory. We look forward to seeing you again. Tim Bosch, ladies and gentlemen.
Just want to say thanks. I want to thank God. Without him, none of this is possible.
Tim Boach, first round TKO, just over 2 minutes into the fight, as he truly was able to dominate the striking game against Michael Pat. Here's what's coming up inside the octagon, brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide. On Wednesday, September 17th, the UFC heads to Omaha, Nebraska for UFC Fight Night Live on Spike. Immediately following UFC Fight Night Live, it's the premiere of The Ultimate Fighter, Team Nogueira versus Team Mir. On Saturday, October 18th, it's UFC 89, Bisping versus Liebman, from the National Indoor Arena in Birmingham, England. Log on to 89.ufc.com for more information. Tickets are on sale now at the NIA box office and theticketfactory.com. Saturday, October 25th, it's UFC 90, Silva versus Cote, presented by Harley-Davidson. Tickets are on sale now at the Allstate Arena box office and Ticketmaster.com. On Saturday, November 15th, the UFC returns to Las Vegas and the MGM Grand Garden Arena as Gears of War 2 presents UFC 91, Couture versus Lesnar. And that's what's coming up inside the octagon, brought to you by Tap Out. Tune into Tap Out for Season 2 on now and crazier than ever. Those are some crazy Tap Out dudes, but we have some spectacular fights forthcoming. And still tonight, the co-main event of the evening, and we are set for it now. He is one of the most popular champions in UFC history. And this evening, Rich Franklin moves from 185 to 205 to fight Matt the Hammer Hamill.
I've never in my career been in the octagon and thought to myself, holy crap, this guy is way stronger than me. God has blessed me with a talent for fighting. It's something that I'm good at.
They have no clue what I'm capable of.
This is my step back up to 205. It's a 20-pound jump, and yeah, that's gonna pose a challenge.
Why the person go up to 205? Oh, because of me?
Ultimately, I'm to go in there and try to win the fight. I believe that I can beat any fighter in the world.
He's in my division. Whoever's in 205 is on my way.
At this point, Matt is still a little green.
I just don't really stop, and I just keep walking. If it's in the way, I would do the clinch. My strength was on the ground.
The question is will Matt be able to take me down? We'll see.
Luder's all done. It is all over!
I'm the guy that likes to walk out the center of the ring and throw punches and excite the fans.
I just want to be the best fighter, be the best.
I know that this is a fight that I'm definitely going to have to work my butt off, and if I hit the ground, I'm going to have to be scrambling to get back to my feet.
It means a lot to me because he had all the experience. He just had the belt. I haven't got the belt yet, but that's my goal.
I always want people to leave the arena and say, man, Franklin's fight was awesome. But ultimately, when you're in there, it's about winning.
One of the most inspirational stories in the UFC modern day. In fact, a production aptly named Hamill is going to be produced to kind of document the life of Matt Hamill. He was born deaf. He has just exceeded in everything he's done. Two-time world champion freestyle wrestler, first U.S. wrestler to win gold medals in freestyle and Greco-Roman competition in the 1997 World Games for the Deaf. He's a Division III Athletic Hall of Famer, three-time Division III National Wrestling Champion, And now he is taking on one of the most popular former champions in UFC history.
Yeah, it's a really interesting fight, Mike. He presents such an incredible danger with his wrestling because it's such a high level. His ability to hold fighters down is probably one of the best in the sport. His stand-up has also improved dramatically from the time we saw him in The Ultimate Fighter. In the Michael Bisping fight, he really caught Bisping off guard, hit him with a big right hand, had Bisping blocked. He's just incredibly physically strong, and the two have trained together.
Yep.
And Rich Franklin, one of the things he said when the two trained together was he was just thinking to himself, what would he do if he was fighting this guy? His wrestling is so strong, he controlled him so well on the ground that he actually, you know, I mean, he was feeling helpless.
Both Matt Hamill and Rich Franklin were born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. They're both huge Bengal fans, but tonight they are in opposite corners. And when Rich Franklin was first asked about this fight with Hamill, he said, it'll be a tough one because I have a lot of respect. I admire him. I consider him a friend. We train together. But if he wants it, I'll take it. We'll treat it as business. And we'll go back to being friends afterwards.
Well, you know, Rich Franklin's a warrior, and this is his business. His business is fighting, and he doesn't turn down any fights. He's fought Anderson Silva twice, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and this is a big challenge to move up to 205 for a big, heavy wrestler like Matt Hamill, but he's down for it.
One could make the argument, no disrespect to Michael Bisping, but the loss in London was controversial. One could make the argument that Hamill could be 5-0 in the UFC and 6-0 overall in his mixed martial arts career.
Absolutely.
Math teacher who has become one of the most popular fighters in the world. Former UFC middleweight champion Rich Ace Franklin back at 205 to compete in the light heavyweight division for the first time, Joe, in over 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible not to be a fan of Rich Franklin. He's an intelligent guy, very well-spoken, very humble, fights hard, he's got great skills, very good on the ground, great standing up. And he's been in there with some of the best in the world.
He really he had already made a statement, but his true defining moment was that super fight on Spike years ago at the Cox Pavilion when he beat Ken Shamrock. That was also the last time he fought at 205. Coming back to 205, he said, I think I'll still be quicker than Matt Hamill. I definitely feel strong. And he wasn't grumpy all week trying to cut to 85. He actually had a smile on his face yesterday because he only had to cut 3 or 4 pounds.
I think that makes a significant difference in the amount of energy you're able to put out in a fight. I mean, Rich Franklin's a master at cutting to 85, but I think he'll have more energy in this fight. It's also very important to know that he's working with Matt Hume now, constantly working on his strategy. He's got a real MMA coach now, a guy who can objectively break down his strengths, his weaknesses, his training sessions, and formulate a strategy for a very difficult guy like Matt Hamill. Now, it also helps that he's trained with Matt Hamill, so he knows what to expect going in here.
Rich Franklin back inside the octagon. George Gurgel, Matt Hume, Rob Radford, Neil Rowe, the American fighter indeed. Rich Franklin, 15-1 in his mixed martial arts career at 205 pounds. For 16 months, he ruled the UFC's middleweight division. He spent 8 weeks in Seattle preparing for this night tonight with Matt Hume. Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight fight is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley-Davidson. 33-year-old Cincinnati-born Rich Franklin against 31-year-old Cincinnati-born Matt Hamill. Everything else is virtually identical. Once again, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. Sponsored by BSN, the world leader in physique, performance, and energy supplements. Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide. Tune into Tap Out for Season 2, on now and crazier than ever. And Zenergy, powered by Zions, the great tasting sugar-free premium energy drink. And now, 3 rounds of fighting in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 6 wins with 1 loss. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Utica, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Matt the Hammer Hamill! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record of 25 wins with 3 losses and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 204 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Cincinnati, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC middleweight champion, Rich Ace Franklin! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, our referee, for this highly anticipated matchup between Franklin and Hamill. The 2 Cincinnati boys about to do battle.
You ready? Let's go!
Here we go. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Fight clock brought to you by BSN, the world leader in physique performance and energy supplements. The Southpaw Franklin in the brown and pink shorts.
It's one thing, an interesting point about Matt Hamill's fight with Michael Bisping in London is that he had a bad knee injury before that fight and was really unable to do too much grappling because of it. He had a meniscus tear. He's since had that surgically repaired, and it was much better for him in the Tim Boetsch fight.
His striking looks very, very good in the Tim Boetsch fight. You look at his striking back from the Ultimate Fighter, Joe, to present day, just magnificently different.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another example of a guy who's excellent at one discipline and learns how to take that focus and you know, use it to get good at another discipline.
Now, if you notice, Hamill took a little glance over to his corner. Remember, obviously he's deaf, so he can't hear his corner yelling at him. So he checked in with his corner, as they use a lot of different signals to try to give him things to focus on.
Yeah, that's really interesting, Mike. He just did it again.
Changing stances is Hamill. Franklin, we all remember that highlight reel knockout against Nate Quarry.
Oh, good right hand.
Franklin, good kick. Hamill much more confident on his feet. You can just tell, just the way he carries himself now, Joe.
Yeah, his balance is much better.
Yep. Good inside leg kick by Rich. Franklin.
He's trying to move to the side and throw a sneaky right uppercut with a lead hand.
It's interesting too because, yeah, Joe, one thing, we've seen this many times before, the one thing that Rich wants to avoid is being taken down, yet he's throwing a lot of kicks. Oftentimes we'll see guys not take the chance of being taken down and not throw kicks against a great wrestler.
True, it might be because of the sparring that they've done in the past. He felt like he'd get away with it.
Again, working the inside leg kick.
Or it might be that he doesn't mind being taken down. Maybe he's been working a lot off his back. You know, again, I'm sure Matt Hume has formulated some sort of a game plan to deal with the wrestling strength.
Well, he spent just a little time with Hume before his second fight in Cincinnati with Anderson Silva. And he said, man, I should have spent more time out there. Spent a little bit more time before its victory against Luder. And now, as I mentioned, spent 8 weeks in Seattle training with Matt Hume. Rich is cut. Another good kick. Rich is cut under his right eye.
Nice
Man,
leg kick.
Very good leg kicks. Not lacking any quickness here at 205, is he? And again, he works the inside leg kick. And as he continues to punish the legs, if over time Hamill looks for a takedown, it's going to be more difficult to explode.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's just landed a couple nice punches right there.
He's backing up and he's switching stance when he backs up.
You hear Hume, he's backing up, switching stances when he backs up.
And Hamill seems to have an interesting game plan for this fight too, because it doesn't seem like he's trying to take Rich down at all.
Hasn't attempted any type of takedown yet.
Again, he tries that uppercut.
Cuts under the right eyebrow of Rich Franklin.
Keep working the legs. When he backs away, follow. When he backs away, follow that range.
When he backs away, follow the leg.
Backs away. Yes, range.
There's the takedown. Set up nicely.
And immediately pass.
Rich knew that he was going to have to deal with this sooner or later. This is the strength of Matt Hamill's game.
Rich throwing an armbar up. It's very tight.
Could he get a submission?
Hamill's keeping the pressure on him. No, he breaks free.
Hamill's cut as well, Joe.
But it shows you how versatile Franklin is. Franklin has a very underrated ground game.
Nice move, Rich
Very
Franklin.
nice, and back to his feet.
And the knee on the way up.
And Hamill is cut now. I believe he is, or it's Franklin's blood. It's tough to see. Oh, he's cut.
Yeah, they're both cut under the right eye, or pardon me, under the right eyebrow. Again with a huge knee. Franklin looks sharp.
Great first round. Let's take a look at where Rich Franklin got cut. Here it is. Is that sneaky? Oh, I don't think that was it. That was just a punch to the chin. That was probably it. The grazing punches often are the ones that cut you more than the really solid shots. Really interesting first round. Franklin kept away, did a lot of great striking, and then when Matt Hamill was able to get him on the ground, Franklin threatened with an armbar.
He's switching stance because you're hurting his legs. When he backs up, he's going square. So you got to follow him at range.
Under the
He's
eyebrow
backing up
of
square.
Rich Franklin.
So the kick won't reach him. You got to just keep following him with footwork until he backs away a little further. And then unload the hands on him, and we'll start working the knees.
You know, Joe, Hamill's strategy might be to wait for the takedown until late in the round to avoid Franklin having any chance of a submission.
That's possible, but you know, he's eating a lot of leg kicks in the process and some good punches as well. Franklin's definitely getting the better of him standing.
Phillips Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. Round 2. Let's see if Hamill looks for a takedown earlier here in the second round.
Good leg kick by Franklin. Hamill catches the leg, but Franklin pulls it out.
UFC 88 breakthrough, Chuck Liddell, Rashad Evans, our main event of the evening.
Franklin is picking him apart on his feet here. And again, Hamill trying that same punch over and over again, that lead-in uppercut.
Again, Rich putting together some great combinations. Man, that'll chop you down. UFC 89, Bisping versus Lieben. Mario Yamasaki calls timeout to check the cut, I believe.
I think he doesn't like the coagulant that's in it, or is a piece of it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a flap of skin. Is that what it is?
He continued.
Oh, I think he lost a big chunk of skin there. That's what they're saying.
Got a leg.
Hamill dived on the leg, but Franklin got free. And nice pinpoint combination.
Punish him on every takedown attempt. Even though there's just been a couple, Franklin certainly tried to do that. To the midsection. And again, watch the uppercut power of Matt Hamill. Now he's hanging the hands though, Joe. There they're out.
He has had success in the past with his dirty boxing, but with Franklin, he's just unable to hold on to him.
Man, he's a big, strong dude, though. He just ate another one. Rich is going to be able to set up some things because he's been damaging the leg like that. Caught him. That's the danger of that inside leg kick, and it is accidental.
That cut over Franklin's eye is nasty. And here you see the inadvertent inside leg kick that goes astray to the package. Ouch.
Go! That definitely connected.
Hamill shakes it off, and they're back.
You know, everybody talks about Rich Franklin, what was next after he was defeated by Anderson Silva, not once but twice. But when you look at the career of Franklin, Joe, he's lost 3 times. Twice to Anderson Silva. Everybody else loses to him too.
Good combinations by Franklin, moving away.
And once way back in 2003 to Lyoto Machida. So there's a lot of fight left in 33-year-old Rich Franklin.
Well, he's a very entertaining fighter, Mike. I mean, and he's going to give any tough fighter fits.
He represents the UFC with class, gets involved with charity, has gone over to support the armed forces and our military. Hamill's getting picked apart here. Franklin again to the midsection.
The crazy thing about Hamill is no matter what kind of punishment he takes, he just keeps walking forward like it's no big deal.
Those inside leg kicks are starting to, look at how he's on his left leg now, Joe. They're starting to do a little damage. Well, they've done damage, starting to be more visible here. Man, he's chopping him down with those leg kicks.
He's taking some significant damage on that left leg. But you know, I mean, look at him. You look at his face, you would never be able to tell.
Nope.
Keeps the same expression, keeps moving forward. But he hasn't been trying to take him down.
Does that surprise you?
Yes. But you know what? Maybe that was his strategy. I mean, he keeps going for that uppercut.
He can't keep eating that combination that's finished with the kick.
No, he switched stances too. And he switches again.
Wow. When you hear the slap, that's the foot. When you hear the thud, that does the real damage. That's when the shin punishes the leg.
Yeah, and those leg kicks are taking away the spring, the ability to leap forward and grab a hold of him and try to take him down. He's holding on to that ankle for dear life.
Uppercut. Like you said, Hamill's good with the dirty boxing.
He loves that dirty boxing, but look how Franklin just really nice movement out of the corner there. Pressed up against the cage, just gets right out of it.
Forrest, Rampage, Chuck, Rashad, Jardine. Go on the names of 205 and you go, Rich, good decision to come to light heavyweight. He laughed about it earlier in the week, but as you can see, Rich Franklin is here to compete for a long time.
Well, you know, Rich Franklin is still improving. I mean, that's hard to believe considering he's a former champion, but he gets better with every fight.
And the real difference is the Matt Hume training and truly having a full MMA experience when he goes out there.
Yeah, I think that's going to make a big difference in the rest of his career. And he looks great tonight.
With the jab.
Stop!
Matt Hamill has to be frustrated. Nothing's working.
Let's take a look at that cut.
Gotta keep hurting his legs. Keep going steady.
Good thing is it's not bleeding, Joe.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like there was a chunk of meat.
But I didn't know it was that, so I had to stop.
He's putting his hands up, so he can't do anything. He's tired. He is.
When they give the 10 seconds, take them out, please.
Okay?
Don't leave them here.
One more round. Stay focused. You can even take him out.
Take them out, you gotta take them out, please. Let's go.
Back upstairs.
Matt Hume just made the symbol for leg kick with his hand.
Yep.
Like chopping.
Hamill.
There you go, last round, you ready?
Matt Hume said looks tired.
Let's go, come on!
Third and final round. Former training partners. But Hamill hasn't gone to his bread and butter tonight. And he is eating all kinds of kicks.
And it might be too late for that now, Mike. The leg kicks that he's eaten have taken a lot out of his spring, his ability to leap forward and explode and take Franklin to the ground. I mean, he's taken some hard leg kicks.
Rich with a knee. Again to the midsection. That's what hurt him.
He's hurt badly. That body kick.
It's all
That's
over. Rich Franklin has won here tonight in Atlanta.
Rich Franklin hurt him badly with that body kick. Great performance, great implementation of his strategy. In the one time he was taken down, he did great, good defense, threatened with an armbar. It's a really awesome performance for Rich Franklin.
Absolute stand-up clinic put on by Franklin this evening. Our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Ultimate refreshment, superior drinkability.
There it is right there. Mario Yamasaki stepped in and stopped it. Let's take a look at it another way.
He was tapping too, yeah.
Here it is again. As Boss Rutan would say, to deliver.
Oh.
And you see him just drop immediately.
And you can't see from that angle, but he was tapping. And Rich knew.
Yeah, Rich Franklin just showing superior striking tonight, and that is the final touch right there.
Congratulations to Rich Franklin. A winner in his return to the light heavyweight division. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 39 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Rich Ace Franklin!
All right, I'm here with Rich Franklin. First of all, Rich, congratulations. You seem a little concerned when the doctor looked at that cut. What were you thinking?
I came out of the round smiling, I thought. Threw my thumbs up to the crowd. The way I look, I'm looking at my face on screen right now. I always walk around with a black eye anyway, so this isn't much worse.
Well, great performance tonight. You did. The only one time that you were taken down, you performed admirably from your back. You almost had an arm bar. You got to be happy with your performance tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Matt is. I'm hoping he's one of the strongest 205-pounders, because if not, this is going to be a long road if I stay here. So hats off to Matt. He fought a great fight. He stood there and striked with me. I thought he was going, I had a feeling that he might attempt to do that. And of course, I look worse for the wear right now.
Now, it's been a long time since you fought at 205. How do you feel now about this weight class?
I'll tell you what, cutting weight this week was awesome. But I don't know how excited I am to push an extra 15 pounds around. So I'm going to continue to try to gain some weight if I'm going to stay here.
Well, great performance. We look forward to seeing you again. Rich Franklin, ladies and gentlemen.
I just want to say thanks to God that I don't have any serious injuries. Some people might consider this serious, I don't. And thanks to God that my opponent didn't get hurt.
Great job, man.
Pure class. Former middleweight champion, victorious in his return to the light heavyweight division as he defeats Matt the Hammer Hamill here tonight at Phillips Arena.
A new book of UFC fighter portraits is going to be available in the next couple of weeks at a bookstore near you. The book is called